Hello again, ladies and gentlemen. I'd like to welcome you all back to the podcast, Online Dating in 2022, What You Should and Should Not Expect. I'm your host, Drew Knight. First, I'd like to say that I hope everyone's Christmas prep is going well and you're well on your way to having a very Merry Christmas. So don't hesitate to reach out and tell family and friends that they are loved. And for those that are still looking for love, there's still time. And hopefully, we can give you something to help you on your journey to find true love. All right. So, on the last episode 2, we talked about profiles and writing profiles for the online dating sites and apps. And on this episode, as promised, we are going to be discussing the fine art of uploading online profile pictures. This is something that garners a tremendous amount of focus because we have had situations where there's been a lot of back and forth between guys and girls as far as what's acceptable and what's not acceptable, what you should do, what you shouldn't do, so on and so forth. So we're going to try to see if we can't lend a little bit of clarity to what that whole situation looks like or what it should look like. Most websites ask you to do a minimum of 3 pictures. That doesn't mean it's always done, but they do ask you to do a minimum of 3 pictures. All the ones that I have had the opportunity to utilize, they ask for the minimum of 3. But some of the websites you can put up to 20 pictures. I've seen people utilize all 20 pictures. I've seen people put 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Whatever the case may be. It's pretty cool because this is the thing that people see when they're trying to figure out if you're their type of people or if you're the type of person that they want to reach out to. So a little bit of thought should go into this because it's a situation where if you plan on driving traffic to your particular profile, then the pictures are going to be the first thing that does that. When men and women are scrolling through their timeline or potential matches or however the websites choose to address it, it's the picture that's going to make them stop. I mean, no one reads a profile majority of the time and says, I'm going to reach out to this person. It just doesn't happen like that. You look at the picture, you see somebody that you might be interested in, or you see your type, whatever that may mean. Or you see something that you like, nice smile, nice eyes, depending on what they're doing in the picture, whether they're static, whether they're in motion, whatever the case may be. Something caught your attention to provoke you to look at the profile or to read the profile, and you kind of go from there. You decide or determine if that's a person that you're going to reach out to. Send a message, swipe left, swipe right, whatever the case may be. So profile pictures is a big deal. Now, just some first steps when it comes to uploading profile pictures. And I can start off by just kind of speaking about preferences, mine personally. And then we'll get into what some of you guys may feel like is appropriate or what's not appropriate. First and foremost, I feel like the one single headshot as your profile picture is extremely inappropriate. I don't want to call it lazy, but I do want to say that is so misleading and misguiding, it's unbelievable. If you are of the mindset to where you feel like, oh, I just don't care if they know or not, then you probably don't want to be on the site. Or any frustrations that you encounter because of that are well deserved. Those are frustrations that you have brought upon yourself deservingly because you did not give these potential mates or suitors the opportunity to look at what it is just to look at who you are. I'm a firm believer that you want to have a headshot, of course. Then, you want to have something maybe down to the waist, and then you want to have something that's a full length picture. I mean, that's just how it is. And I'm gonna tell you why I say this. When I first started digging into this kind of thing and studying this kind of thing and talking with people, and something that I quickly learned was that the most talked about subject between women and men and women, and their dislike or distrust or whatever came from the pictures, profile pictures. So what I was getting was a lot of women, and again, I can't see the other side of it, so I'm seeing the woman's side of it. I got a lot of women that's saying, I'm not sending any pictures. Don't ask for any extra pictures. So you go on and you look at the profile pictures, and it's just a picture of a headshot. Okay, you're on one of these sites that's seriously supposed to be determining if you're going to find the person that you spend the rest of your life with. And you've posted a profile picture, and I'm supposed to be able to derive if there is a attraction, mutual attraction, sexual attraction, whatever the case may be, from a headshot. That's ridiculous. It just doesn't work like that, So, again, that's something when I started digging into it, when guys would ask for that, then this is strictly coming from the guy side. When guys would say, hey, can you send a picture, blah, 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 women would go off. I was thinking, I was saying, you know what? These are some perverted guys. These guys are nuts. Why would they, she's got profile pictures. Why would they ask for more pictures, I mean, you can ask her, hey, are those pictures current? But to ask for more pictures is, or naked pictures or nudes or whatever the case may be, that's crazy. Now, don't get me wrong. You do have some guys that go out like that. Yeah, send me a naked picture, or send me something with you bending over, or something with your butt cheeks hanging out. That's ridiculous. And if you get that, you should block them or unmatch them or unconversation them or whatever you can do to be rid of them. But in a situation where you just have a headshot and you're expecting someone to take you seriously, and they ask you, hey, can you send me a picture? If it's an honest request for an honest picture and you choose to go off, then you know what? You're wrong. Because first and foremost, the picture should have been there regardless. It should have been that. I've always, on all of my profiles, I got pictures in motion, out of motion, static, unstatic, head to toe, toe to head, whatever the case may be. And that you want a person to know what it is to expect. And profile pictures do that better than anything. Posting a headshot is just like saying, I'm going to describe to you my physical characteristics or what I look like. And for those who may feel like, look shouldn't matter. Yeah. Right. Okay. That's just like saying, I'm going to eat a cheeseburger without the burger. Doesn't work like that. Looks do matter. Now, this is the thing. Everybody's got their look that they like. So don't start feeling like, well, my look ain't going to be the type of look that's well received in a platform like Match or Zeus or whatever the case may be. Yeah, it's somebody out there for everybody. Trust me. I don't care what it is. I don't care what your look is. There's somebody who's dying to meet you right now today. But if all you have is a headshot, then they're going to say, can I see the rest of you? That's just how it is. So that's the first part of the madness when it comes down to the profile pictures. And then you'll have situations where people will say, hey, we feel like you're trying to body shame us. And no, I ain't trying to do no body shaming. I ain't trying to do any of that. What I am trying to say is that why not get the situation off on the best foot possible? I updated my pictures. When I'm on the sites, I update my pictures every couple of months because I want the newest me in front of you at all times. Never have I ever went on a date and someone said, oh, I didn't think you'd look like this. Oh, you don't look. No, it's always you look exactly like your profile pictures look. Of course, because I took that last week at Topgolf, or I took that picture last month at roller derby, or whatever the case may be, But every couple of months, I'm going to update my pictures. I have come across profiles, and I've talked to people that's come across profiles, and from doing the research, there are people that have profiles with pictures from a couple of years ago. Let me just tell you, a lot can happen physically in a couple of years. For real, So, again, we talked a little bit about this in the last episode. The frustrations that we encounter while going through this particular process. The thing we don't want to do is have self-inflicted frustrations. The frustrations that we can avoid, let's avoid. So when it comes down to the profile pictures and the profile pictures we're going to post, you've got the big three. I would say take care of the big three. And when we come back from the break, we'll talk about putting some of the icing on the cake so that we can post the best pictures possible and get the best results possible on the dating website. All right, so we are back from the break, and today we're talking about what can sometimes be controversial or sensitive subject of online dating profile pictures. And I had a couple of people reach out to me and say, "Hey, what about if I use my social media pictures?" That's fine. There's nothing wrong with using your social media pictures as your profile pictures on a dating site. There's nothing wrong if they're good pictures and you feel like, yeah, I mean, you don't have to go out and take new pictures to post. I think the most important thing, again, the overriding factor is you're posting pictures, one, that are current or pretty close to being current. Two, they show you in, like I said, the headshot, some people do a side profile, some people do the waist up, and then you've got the full body shot that gives a person an idea to see what it is that you look like. I mean, legitimately, and there ain't no guesses or no guessing games or anything like that. And I also had a couple of people reach out to me and say, "Hey, what are my thoughts on hiring a online dating profile picture photographer?" That has become a niche that is growing. So on every episode, I'm going to try and have a little something for my entrepreneurial people who like to get those ideas and get it started, get it crack-a-lacking. That is a big deal. If you remember back in the first episode, I mentioned that this year, the anticipated sales or anticipated revenue in the online dating stratosphere was going to top $655 million. And by 2024, it would top $2.1 billion. So there may just need to be some of us that go out and buy us some cameras. I mean, I'll do it. I'll take pictures for you and, have you hooked up and ready to rock and roll on the dating sites. I'll grab a camera and get you some pictures, flick it up. We can flick it up, no prison poses or any of that, but no. In all seriousness, there's nothing wrong with that either. I mean, you can look at some of I've come across some profiles where you look at it and you be like, "Oh man, these look professionally done." That's because they were for that particular reason, and that's fine. That just demonstrates how serious you are and how serious your counterpart should take you when it comes to meeting you and communicating with you online. So yeah, I'm all for it. Your business. All right. So moving right along, at this point in time, I would like to discuss the dreaded catfish. So you're saying, okay, how, in what term is he using that, or in what manner is he using that term, rather? Catfish. Catfishing has a variety of different stages. One, you can just all out catfish and just post pictures that ain't you, and the vast majority of the time when that happens, this person is extremely hesitant to meet you, and they may not ever want to meet you. They just want to communicate and talk and text or whatever the case may be. And we ain't nobody got time for that. So you're not going to come across a lot of just all in all catfishes, and there are some out there. So just steer clear of that. Then you've got, like I mentioned, various stages of catfishing. You've got some that post really, really, really dated pictures. So pictures that may have been 2, 3, 4, 5 years old. And, I mentioned earlier in this episode, a lot can change in 2 years. A lot can change in 6 months. A lot can change in 3 years, 4 years, whatever the case may be. And that person who you're looking at that's posted those pictures from 5 years ago is not going to be the person you see when you meet that person, if they agree to meet. So it's an ever-growing frustration on both sides. Men experience it. Women experience it. And I'm here to tell you, just don't do it. Don't catfish. It's not cool. It's not. You know, if a person's putting time and effort into getting to know you, and they're probably trying to get to know the person that they have registered in their mind that this is who it is. I mean, you know, you show up being somebody altogether different, you might get stabbed in the throat or something, you know, and I ain't gonna say you don't deserve it for the foolishness that you got going on. But just a quick horror story of mine. Anytime I come across a topic that I got a horror story or a good story, you know, they ain't all horror stories or a good story, but this one is a horror story. So I met a young lady on Match, and you know, I'm always be transparent with you. In all honesty, you know, it was her profile pictures that did the deal. She reached out to me, saw the profile picture, said, "Okay, yeah, I'm gonna reach out back." You know, she seems to be pretty cute at the time. Didn't have a lot going on, nothing serious. So if I ain't got nothing serious going on, then I'm looking to meet people and get something serious. So reached out. We started communicating back and forth through the platform first. About 2 or 3 days in, Now, I'll tell you a little something about me. I'm always ready to get off the platform. The platforms are nuts. You know, let's just exchange numbers. I ain't got to worry about the page reloading and all of that craziness. Exchange numbers. We'll text. We'll call. See what the deal is. I also want to hear your voice. Okay, let me hear your voice. I want to hear if you sound like, if you got a great voice, or if you got the kind of voice where you know I cannot live with that for the rest of my life. That's good to know up front too. But getting back to the story. So yeah, we'd exchanged numbers, and it seemed that she was just as eager as I was to meet and see if there was a spark. So about a week and a half into it, you know, we meet up. I make reservations at the restaurant, and something else about me is I am a freak when it comes to being late. I'm gonna be on time. If I'm on time, that's late to me. Anybody who knows me know that I don't play that. I'm going to be on time always. I expect the same thing. I expect you to be on time. Now, there are things that happen. I totally get it. So in those situations, you just do what you do. But personally, myself, I'm going to always make sure that I'm on time. But in this particular incident, I should have known that this was setting the stage for something crazy. This particular incident, there was an accident right outside my subdivision. So they were routing everybody a different way, and you had to creep. And then you've got those sheriff people that want to just look and see what happened. Did someone's arm fall off? And I'm like, dude, I got places to be, you know, go. So I text ahead, and I text her and I say, hey, I'm running a little late. Dude, it's not like me. I'm going to probably be 2 or 3 minutes late. She says, hey, and it was only maybe 5 miles from my crib. She says, hey, no worries. I'm here. I'm early. You know, I'm here. And I'll just wait till you get here. And I'm like, okay, well, I made reservations, so you can go ahead and have them seat you, and then I'll come. She said, okay, cool. So I'm like, oh, crap. I'm late. This sucks, you know. Most women may be a little upset if you show up late, but, you know, I got a legitimate excuse. I'm going to apologize when I get there. And, of course, I'm going to pick up dinner, and because I'm going to do that anyway, but really because I'm late. All right. So I finally get out to the road, and, you know, I get there. And I made the reservations for, I don't know, 6:30, something like that, which is prime time, lots of traffic. So word to the wise, guys, girls, if you're in charge of making reservations, make sure that you do it at a time where it's not rush hour traffic, because it's going to be really tough to get down when you want to get there. So keep that in mind. So I finally pull up, and I text, hey, I'm here, and I hop out. And, you know, this is a Thursday night, not a Friday or Saturday. This is a Thursday night. And there are a few people out front, you know, just waiting. It's a wait. You know, there's a wait because it's prime time. Again, everybody's getting off, meeting up for drinks, so on and so forth. And so I get out. I go in. You know, I don't really pay any attention to who's all out there. I get out. I go in, head up, see the hostesses. Hey, how you doing? Yo, my name's Drew. I have reservations for 6:30. Like, oh, okay. I said, well, maybe you've already seated my date. And they're like, No, we haven't had anybody there. I was like, oh, okay. All right. Well, she mentioned she was here. So, and it's people coming in all the time. So I kind of I said, okay, yeah, give me 1 second. I step to the side, pull out my phone, and I text and say, hey, I'm here. Have you been seated? And she says, no, I think you just passed me outside. Okay. Let me just stop the press. First and foremost, again, I wasn't paying a ton of attention to the people I passed on the way in, but I paid enough attention to know that if the person whose pictures I've been looking at for the last week and a half was standing outside, I'd have seen them. I would have been like, oh, hey, all right, here you go. Yeah, we can go in and get seated. I'm here now. But anyhow, so I go back outside and, I'm looking and, there's this person that approaches me and they're like, are you Drew? I'm like, yeah. And I like, I wanted to be like, who the hell are you? How do you know me? Because let me just tell you that she did. And now after looking at her for 5 minutes, you start to see a faint semblance of those pictures that she sent. And, you come to that crossroads. You come to that time where it's like, okay, am I going to act a fool here? Because but as a gentleman, you don't do that. You don't. And I didn't. Now, I ain't going to let you totally off the hook either. So I mentioned to her, I said, hey, well, you kind of look different than the pictures that you had posted online. And, then now thinking back on it, I'll tell you something else that I do. After we take it off the dating site and we're texting and calling, I send you more pictures. I send you more pictures because you can post anything on a date, and I guess you can send more pictures anywhere. But I just do it so you're like, okay, these are different pictures than the ones on those. Okay, so this must be him. I did that with her, and she didn't send it. Most women catch the drift, and they obligatorily send a picture or two back. She didn't. But I didn't think a whole lot of it. I was just like, and then she mentioned, hey, I ain't really photogenic. But, these pictures that she posted online on Match were cute pictures. So I'm like, all right. Well, and I tell her, I say, hey, you don't look a lot like the pictures that you had. I was like, oh, yeah, well, that was just me a little while ago. And I wanted to be like, yeah, like 20 years ago. I mean, seriously. But, it is what it is. I've already gotten to that point. All right, let's go ahead and have dinner. We'll have a conversation, and I'll go ahead about my business. And I'm gonna be a gentleman about it. I ain't gonna be, I did want to bring to your attention that, hey, this is what you did, but let's go in. I was late. I'm gonna buy you dinner. I will have a drink. We'll talk. And it was a dinner, and the talk was really, my conversation was nonchalant. I think she was really trying. But I wasn't. I'm dejected at this point. Like, yo, seriously. But anyhow, when it was all said and done, hey, well, maybe we can have, check, bring the check, here you go, pay. All right. It was nice meeting you. Take it easy. And, we get outside. She's even got the gall to say, well, will I get a chance to see you again? I wanted to be like, hell no. You ain't gonna get a chance to see me again. As a matter of fact, as soon as I can get in my car and sit down, I'm unmatching you and blocking you in my personal contacts. But yeah, no. So yeah, that's one for the catfish horror stories as far as how that goes down. So guys, gals, listen, profile pictures, super important. If you're looking to be taken seriously, post them current. Let people see what you look like. Like I said, everybody has a look. Everybody wants everybody on the sites. Trust me. We ain't got to be with no tomfoolery. Post the pictures and then look to meet. Look to get to know this person, and we will see how that works out, versus the hoping and praying that I'm blind when we do meet and I ain't gonna notice that you are not the person that was in the pictures you sent me. So We got just a little bit more coming up. We have another break we have to take, and we'll finish this episode off. But again, this one was all about pictures. So if you guys are wrapping presents, or you guys are baking fruitcakes or sugar cookies, or whatever you're doing in an effort to prepare for Christmas, then settle in. We got a little bit more to come. Glad you guys tuned in to listen to me. Thank you so much. Let's take a quick break. I'll be back after the break. Peace. All right. So we are back after the last break, and just wanted to give a little bit of advice to both the guys and the girls concerning what those pictures should entail. We talked about, which ones we think you should post. Now let's talk a little bit about, just briefly, about what women want to see, what guys want to see. And this is based on, interviewing people. This is also based on some of the research that you can pull. But first and foremost, guys, let me just tell you this. Start off with smiling. Women love to see a nice smile. When you smile, it really softens you, and it makes you come across as like really, really, really relatable versus this stoic, smoldering scowl. So yeah, smile. They love to see that. Of course, women wanted a full body and a close up, as well as an assortment of pics as possible. But the full body was mandatory, the close up was mandatory, and then just kind of throw in your things. Most women wanted to see that variety. For instance, some of those photos may be you enjoying hobbies of what you do. Now, I'll say this: the number one hobby that you see from guys is fishing. So, but it's okay to toss a fishing picture in your assortment, because I had a fishing picture in my assortment. I was proud of the group I caught, and I wanted everybody to know that if apocalypse comes, I'm gonna be able to feed you. I could take a reeling rod and catch us dinner. So I did have a fishing picture, but you don't want to go overboard. I didn't make all 15 of my pictures. Not that I posted 15, but I didn't make all 15 of my pictures fishing and golf pictures just because that was my passion. Just a little something. I just threw a little something out there to let you know, hey, I do this. You know what I'm saying? Also, when it comes to fitness, yeah, you can post a picture, coming from the gym, going to the gym in your workout attire or whatever. I mean, keep it clean, but women want to see that you are taking care of yourself. So yeah, there's nothing wrong with that. You know what I'm saying? But again, like I said, keep it clean. If you've got on the basketball shorts and they're down around your butt and you've got butt crack showing or some craziness like that, then yeah, that's not really cool. But keep it clean, unless you're on one of those sites where, that's what it is. One of those sites I was talking about on the last episode. But if you're on the traditional sites, then again, yeah, women don't mind knowing that, hey, he takes care of himself. And if you want to have the picture with the tight fitting shirt, you can even have a picture with your shirt off if it's done right. I mean, I wouldn't take the selfie in front of the bathroom mirror with the shirt off, but if I'm at the beach or I'm doing something that requires that I have my shirt off, and I just kind of sneak that in and be like, yo, check out these abs. It comes across the right way, so you can do that as well. Just keep it clean. Sunglasses. There is no reason whatsoever you should have on sunglasses in the majority of your profile pictures. That is just not cool, all right? Women love seeing your eyes. They want to see your eyes. I got compliments on my eyes, nice eyes. They wouldn't have been able to make that compliment if I'd have had sunglasses on my eyes. Okay, so if you have a picture where you're at the beach and you got on your dark boys, that's cool. But if you got 10 pictures and 9 of them you have on sunglasses and the other one is a side profile, then eventually it becomes, is he high? Is he hiding something? What's up with this guy? You know what I'm saying? So the sunglasses, we can lose them. Women were also split pretty evenly when it came to throwback pictures. Now, those ones where you make an effort to openly put a throwback picture versus putting older dated pictures like we talked about earlier. So if it is your army picture or your high school homecoming picture, that one picture in there, some women said, yeah, that's okay. Some women said, no, I don't need to see that. Me personally, I would say leave it off, screw it. Don't even put it in your assortment, because for what? I mean, it's not how you looks now. I mean, what exactly are you trying to get across by posting that picture? I have no idea. So yeah, I'd be like, but the girl said, hey, that there was something that said, yeah, that would be cute to kind of see how. And then there was something that said, for what? I don't need to see that. And another thing is that I didn't know this, but I had a lot of women that I talked to who said that some guys are into posting strange things for their profile main picture, like sunsets or their car or the forest, or what in God's name is that craziness about? I mean, why would you not just post a picture of you? I mean, why would you post a picture of some random act of nature or something? That just doesn't make any sense to me. I guess there has to be a thought process behind it. I just don't know what that thought process is, So look, end of the day, it's your profile, and they're your profile picture, so you can put up whatever you want. I'm just saying, from talking to the people that it matters to, the people you're trying to appeal to, they'd prefer if they could see you versus seeing a picture of the sunset, or whatever it is you choose. Money. Some people posted money. I don't know what that means, but yeah, that was not cool. That didn't come off as well accepted. And then the last thing that was a biggie for the girls, and there were, from what I understand, there were quite a few guys that were guilty of this, is just that overly affectionate array of pictures with your pet. So if you've got the dog, and there were some guys with cats, there were some guys with snakes, and the snakes were in every picture, and the dogs were in every picture, and the cats were in every picture. It's like, that's crazy, So if you're guilty of that, I don't know. And feel free to reach out to me and let me know what the deal is behind that. But if you're guilty of that, that's a little strange. But after knowing what the deal is, I may understand it. Right now, I don't. So I was just kind of putting out there what the girl said they kind of wanted to see and didn't want to see. So smile. It's okay to post pictures from a fitness standpoint. They love knowing you're taking care of yourself. They want to see you dressed up a little bit. They want to see what you look like cleaned up. If you want to show them, a picture of you doing your hobby or whatever, that's fine too. They get a little chance to understand. They get the opportunity to understand what you're into. And just kind of post pictures to give them an idea of who you are, And we will hop over to what the girls got going on and see what the guys said. And so first and foremost, the biggest thing from the guys was post recent pictures. That was the big call out. The big call out was post recent pictures. Why would you post pictures from 2 or 3 years ago? Make sure your pictures are recent. That was big. Smiling wasn't necessarily on the list, but guys did mention they like suggestive eyes. Yeah, you guys didn't think we were that deep, did you? We're deep. We're deep creatures. You just got to get to know us. Yeah, suggestive eyes. That and an array of pictures. Again, they wanted you could have the headshot, but they also wanted the full body shot. And again, they also said if you guys are taking pictures of things, you like playing volleyball, you got volleyball pictures, or you like running, you got running pictures, or you really proud of your career and you've got your picture with your stethoscope on, and all of that was cool. An array of pictures. As far as colors, that kind of didn't come up. You can do some research, and there are places that's done there's organizations that's done research to tell you what are the best colors to wear, and some say red for women, some say dark neutral colors for guys, and I feel like you can wear whatever you want to wear. Most people are not going to pay attention to it, so And something else that the guys brought up that was really interesting is they mentioned that there are quite a few women that took group pictures, and the woman got lost in the picture. And I mean, I talked about some of the things that confounded me with men profile pictures. Women, that's one of the things that confound me with a woman's profile picture. Why would you post a picture of you and your girls, or you and the crew out doing ladies' night, or whatever the case may be? It's just, it's not the smartest thing, because now you've got the guys looking at your friends, and or they're trying to figure out which one's you. So keep your pictures to you. You're the person that matters. You're the person that they're reaching out to, or expecting to reach out to, and you know, just, you don't want anybody else dominating your picture or taking your shine. So that's cool. And then guys also mention they appreciate it when women take natural pictures. You know, sometimes you see a woman and she's, you know, all dead up, and you're like, okay, but what am I going to see when I wake up first thing in the morning and roll over? I ain't going to see all made up. I'm going to see the you. So, you know, can I see the you? And that's fine. You know, that's good. So there's nothing wrong with that. So there you have it, guys. Ladies, just a little bit about what both sides said concerning online dating profile pictures. We always want to try and bring you great content here on online dating in 2022. What you should and should not expect. And I hope I said some things to give you guys a little bit of understanding into how we think as creatures and what it is that we are going through. So, just like I started at the beginning of the episode, again, I want to say Merry Christmas, even though it's not Christmas time yet. I want to thank all you guys for stopping by the podcast. Download, tell a friend, let them know. We've got some good stuff going on. Divorce rate is crazy, so it's going to be a lot of people online dating, because we will never probably go back to that whole organic thing unless you're looking to meet people with masks on. So thanks again. As always, I'm your host, Drew Knight. This is the podcast, Online Dating 2022, what you should and should not expect. I'll also be putting you guys down on the blog for those of you that may want to read on the go. But if it's easier to listen while you're doing housework or chasing the kids or whatever the case may be, then you can always tune in to the podcast. Thanks again. Merry Christmas. And I should get back with you again here in the next couple of days. So we'll holler. Peace.